bright, but with a mass that because it's had a release function, that the mass would be so low that the level of entropy would be so great, and that's why it's bright. Right? Anyway, I keep adding on to it. But the fact of the matter is that there's no point continuing a conversation about my work to the same people that hear it every day. Right?
And then there's this thing called cosmic inflation, right?
That's right.
Which happened in the first time.
Like, the space isn't expanding; it's expanding and shrinking. Right, like how our nutsack do.
Any fraction of a second,
which is an expansion within an expansion.
Right.
You know, imagine if you're blowing up a balloon slowly, and then suddenly someone slaps you on the back, and your air all goes out at once. You know, and it blows up. And we call that inflation, which gets mixed in with all kinds of other things.
During the Jimmy Carter era.
But there's a point before the balloon bursts, in which the energy is spread out throughout the balloon. And in which that a slap on the back would have to create as equal energy to that of your breath, equal to total breath, to applicate more air into the balloon to break it. So you can't think of the system as blowing up a balloon, because if that was the case, then our power lines would explode all the time. If that was the case, our internet wouldn't work the way that it does, because the packet loss and jitter and the modem, how it sends and receives and then it distributes to create a stable function, right? How our body, when it runs, when we sweat, right? These things are laws of physics. The debate that I want to propose is that mass, right? Mass should be incorporated as an energy function, right? That's the debate. Now, they won't express that mass will be incorporated as an energy function. But if you have so much mass, that's energy, right? If I swing my fist so hard, that is mass force equal to kinetic energy, right?
Hyperinflation that existed at the
just before Nixonian times.
Are you sure?
But there is a theory.
I'm pretty sure. But it was like 10%.
It was in the 70s.
But there is
10% inflation.
When this happened, okay, this cosmic inflation, there is a theory that a gas cloud formed the initials WIN, which is whip inflation now. Jimmy Carter. Come on, that was good.
Like, if the system gets so hot that it becomes entropicated feels right? But like, I don't know why, but like if the system becomes so hot that it becomes unstable, for example, right, there will be a regulating level of energy, right? Like if you have an ice cube, it has to melt, it has to turn to steam. That steam becomes clouds, right? Like and with